Hi, I'm Matthew Moscoviak, Senior Associate Editor at CNET.com, and we're here with the Samsung BDC 5500. This is an entry-level Blu-ray player from Samsung, and it's currently selling for about $160 online. As you'd expect from an entry-level Blu-ray player, the design isn't quite as slick as some of Samsung's step-up designs. It does have a glossy black finish, but there is this kind of silver strip where the touch-sensitive buttons are that looks a little bit out of place. Once you turn the Samsung on, you'll notice there's a completely redesigned user interface, and we liked the job that Samsung did with this new look. There's a wood grain background on the back, and there are big colorful icons, and it's easier to get to some of those streaming media services because they're located right at the top of the main screen. If you click on the Internet at TV icon, you'll be brought to Samsung Apps. This is Samsung's new expandable platform that developers can use to add functionality to the players after you buy them. Now, we have no idea if Samsung Apps is going to take off, but there are already a solid suite of streaming media services such as Netflix, Vudu, Pandora, and YouTube. So even if nothing gets added, you're pretty well set already. If you look around back, you'll see the connectivity, which is basic, which you'd expect at this price level. There's an HDMI output, a digital audio output. Unlike some of Samsung's step-up player, there are no 7.1 analog outputs, so if that's something you'll need, you'll have to step up. There's an Ethernet port for taking advantage of those streaming media services, but on this player, there's no built-in Wi-Fi. Now, there is a USB jack on the back that can be used with Samsung's USB Wi-Fi dongle, which costs about $80. Considering that the step-up BDC 6500 has built-in Wi-Fi and only costs about $65 more, if you want Wi-Fi, you're better off going with the step-up model than buying the USB Wi-Fi dongle. We'd also like to point out that the BDC 5500 is DLNA compliant, so you can stream movies and music over a home network. That's something that a lot of other manufacturers drop from their entry-level models. So if you're on an entry-level budget and DLNA is a feature that you're interested in, the Samsung is a good option. Also, unlike some of the step-up players, there's no onboard storage for this, so if you're going to use some of that BD Live downloadable content, you're going to need to stick a USB flash drive into one of the player's two USB ports. Now, even though this is an entry-level model, it has the same excellent Blu-ray image quality that the step-up BDC 6500 has. That means it passed all the most important test patterns, and it did well with real, actual program material that we threw at it. Overall, the image quality is in the top tier of players that we've tested this year. And yes, our reference Blu-ray player, the Oppo BDP83, passed a few more test patterns, but it's a difference that you're just not going to notice on the vast majority of Blu-ray movies. Our main gripe with this player is operational speed, as it is one of the slowest Blu-ray players that we've tested this year. While it loads simple movies without BD Java menus pretty fast once it's turned on, it does take a little long to boot up initially, and movies with more complex menus such as Spider-Man 3 or Pirates of the Caribbean took longer than other players to load. Altogether, if you're looking for features, the BDC 5500 does have some step-ups over other entry-level models such as Samsung Apps and the DLNA compatibility, but if you're just looking for an inexpensive Blu-ray player that loads discs quickly, you may want to look for another option.